My 997 turbo is so broken that I couldn't even fix it. Actually, it's so broken that in its place is my LS1 E36. And the reason the 997 isn't here is because it's at the Porsche dealership, and they can't even fix it. It's been there for weeks with no answers.
Just wanted to give you an update, and ultimately it's not too much of an update, but we're kind of at a brick wall.
And they've actually escalated everything to like the upper echelon of Porsche because they simply can't figure out what's wrong with it. Now the car is running and driving, but it all started back when I installed this, the Ally Express head unit, which technically worked just fine, but I got tired of it not matching, I got tired of it not fitting, and I got tired of the sound quality not being as good as it could be. So I opted to go with the Porsche PCCM Plus unit, the one that Porsche makes to update their old cars, which is awesome, and I installed it, and, well, it's causing some problems. I bought the cheapest CarPlay stereo you can get for my 997 Turbo off of Alibaba or AliExpress. Aren't they kind of the same thing? And I'm going to tell you exactly why you should too, or shouldn't, depending on how picky you are.
Overall, I am still happy with the Ally Express unit. After all, it was pretty darn cheap, and it was plug and play, mostly. But the couple little things just bothered me to include the not matching, the trim not lining up that well, and, well, I just want to try the Porsche OEM unit. There's just something about an OEM part that's just gonna make me feel better. The color of the unit is gonna be better, the fit and finish is gonna be better, and I'll be able to use all the controls from the factory. It's not to say the Ally Express unit didn't work well, I think it was just always a temporary solution. And if you're wondering why I tried the Ally Express unit, well, it was mainly for YouTube. It was for you guys, and to make a video.
As you can see in here, it's working really well now. I don't know. But that brings up something else.
Dad says he's okay.
The sound quality with this radio is not as good as OEM. It's still good, but the factory radio had way, way better sound quality. And I think that's because this Android radio, the Ally Express radio, doesn't have as many outputs. I think it's like a 2-channel versus probably like 4, 6, or 8 for the factory one. So I'm looking forward to having some sound quality back. But swapping to the PCCM Plus is not all good news because, well, I'm going to lose wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And I'm also going to lose my backup camera. Now, I think both those things you can kind of hack the radio to make that work, but that's going to be a whole nother issue that I really don't want to get into right now. For now, I just want to get it in, get it working, and, well, have working radio again. I'm not an electronic guy.
Speaking of electronics, now is a great time to check out the sponsor of today's video, FlexiSpot, as they're running a good many Black Friday special deals. If you're looking for a desk, look no further. What's great is these desks move up and down. They have memory functions. They have USB plugs. They're amazing.
You can select any height between here and max. And with 4 posts, this thing is super, super sturdy. And if you don't believe me, I'm 200 pounds. This thing lifts me like, well, it lifts like there's nothing on the table at all. Even when I'm on here, well, I can't rock it in any direction, even at max height. Like, this thing like hardly even wiggles. It is the sturdiest desk, let alone the fact that it moves up and down.
This is their E7 Plus Premium Standing Desk, and I use this all the time. I also have another one in my office. And it's really great for when you don't want to sit at a chair. Sometimes you just want to stand. It's better for your back, posture, etc. When you do want to sit, I use their office chair, their C7, and it's really comfortable and actually has a footrest if you want to use it. I have a link and code in the description box for you to get your own. And again, they have a ton of Black Friday deals, so be sure to check out their website, which will be linked in the description box.
As you guys know how wonderfully tight this thing is held in there. Literally just pulls out. I get to unplug all this crap.
This new radio, like the old Ally Express, is supposed to be plug and play. Supposed to be is the key word.
I'm also super stoked to have a radio that actually matches everything. Got to do a little bit of assembly here on the bench.
And all you have to do here is attach the frame to the radio that actually holds it in the car, and then attach the MOST box, the MOST box, which does something with fiber optic cables, and it's probably the root cause of all my issues you'll see a little bit later.
Oh, that's such a better looking fit. Oh, it's perfect. That makes me happy. Let's see if it works. That's a good start.
Everything was working except for the most important thing.
Okay, so far no volume. So I've done something wrong. I did not have the optical box plugged in. Still nothing. Let me try connecting my phone. Right, got CarPlay on, still no sound. So I definitely don't have something hooked up correctly. Try this again.
I did not have one of the loop cables installed in the navigation unit up front, which still doesn't really make sense to me, but I installed that and removed the DVD navigation unit, and, well, I tried it, and the same thing happened.
Still nothing. What the heck? This is way more frustrating than I thought it would be.
This time lapse here is actually hours and hours of work, and I got nowhere. Searching the internet, searching Facebook groups, nada. Could not get the volume to function.
This call may be recorded for quality assurance.
Hey, I'm just calling. I have kind of a weird question. I bought a PCC-M Plus and it doesn't have any sound. Since I can't get that radio to work, there are a couple other mods I want to do to the car before I take it to Porsche, because I called and made an appointment, but that's not for a couple days. So, there's some cool mods to install first.
First up is a front strut bar from Renline. Now they make a rear strut bar as well, however I can't run it since I have the sub box, and I'm not willing to get rid of the sub box, even though it doesn't currently have sound coming out of it. With the strut bar installed, which was super simple, it was time to move on to something wheel related. My old wheel studs did not look good. They're not in great condition. They were old, and this was a track car. So the upgrade is Renline titanium studs, and that includes the nuts as well. The studs are up to 35% lighter, and the nuts are almost 50% lighter. So this is actually a significant decrease in weight and rotational mass.
Now, if there was one thing left on the 997 that you guys would consider ugly, and no, I'm not talking about the GT3 RS wing. I mean, you guys can hate the wing if you want, but I think it looks freaking sweet. I love it. I'm talking about these right here. The old studs that are on here, they're just a little old, tired, worn, not looking that great. The lug nuts themselves are a little rusty from the car sitting, so we're gonna upgrade all of that with the best of the best from Renline titanium studs with titanium nuts. Really excited about the nuts. To remove these is basically just going to be a really long, painstaking process of screwing two nuts together and then undoing the whole thing 20 times. That looks way better. I can already tell it's faster.
I got all 20 titanium studs without issue. They look great. And now it's off to the dealership for my scheduled appointment to hopefully get this PCCM Plus working.
Technician spent 4 or 5 hours-ish. 1, double checking everything was installed. 2, from there, checking pin connections, making sure that maybe something goofy, like it doesn't like where a certain power feed is coming from. Everything appears to be fine. The issue is, for whatever reason, the PCM, the classic one, isn't activating the amplifier. Kind of everything that would make sense, we've tried. Dug through bulletins, dug through forums. Technician even went on to the technician's Facebook page, like it's a group that technicians have, where they post these kind of things. Everything that everyone else is posting, he's tried and checked those. Kind of nothing's making sense. The best way I can put it. So I got with my service manager. We're going to open a case with Porsche, see if they have any thoughts, or see kind of how they want us to proceed from there, as far as potentially faulty parts or something along those lines.
So here we are, a couple weeks later, and I still don't have the car back and still don't have any answers. At this point, if they can't fix it, I'm just going to have to put either the stock radio or the Ally Express radio back in it, which is super disappointing.